Comparison will have you on the floor in a puddle of your own tears, broke, penniless, purposeless, goals not getting achieved, crying by yourself. That's how comparison works. It's toxic. And whoever said it wasn't, they lied.
I can say it.
Okay, do it.
Anhayla.
I got 3 tips on how to not compare yourself to others, because it's easy to say, oh, don't compare yourself. I'm only trying to be better than I was yesterday. I'm not out here comparing myself to anybody. I know who I am. We say all of that, but how do you actually stop comparing yourself? Like, is it even possible? How can you be strong enough to stay in your own life and not think about what everybody else is doing? Number 1, stop trying to be perfect. Part of not being perfect is owning who you are, owning what you want, owning the things that are important to you, and not designing your life based on what other people think you should be. You don't have to be perfect. Perfect does not exist. There is no model. There is no cookie cutter outline that you can just pop out and insert yourself. Like, own all of this. You got $12 in your bank account? Do it. Your hair falling out? Do it. You know, you got 30 extra pounds? Do it. Live it. Own it. Life is about trusting the process and realizing that things are going to go different sometimes. Sometimes you're going to go left when you should have went right. Sometimes you're going to make mistakes. Sometimes you're going to look in the mirror and be like, who are you? It happens. But this is why we're here. Like, please don't get caught up in the stories and the reels and the TikToks that make you feel like you're supposed to be this version of yourself that doesn't exist. You're supposed to be who you are right now. You're supposed to be you. Number 2, focus on yourself. We're so caught up in everyone else's lives. That's why it's so easy to compare ourselves every day, because we're looking at what Susie's doing and Jimmy is doing. But what about what you're doing? What about the goals that you put away? What about the goals that you said you were going to do at the top of the year and you never got to? What about the procrastination you keep doing? What about the unhealthy foods you keep eating and you said you wanted to be healthy? What about the things that are important to you? This is easier said than done, because it's like, how do you focus on yourself? And sometimes you have to take action on what that means for you. And I know we're on social media, but if you need time to put the blinders on so there's no distractions, sometimes you have to take a break from social media. Sometimes you have to take a break from certain friends. Sometimes you just need space so you can remember who you are, remember the things that are important for you, remember your own goals, so you're not being influenced by everything around you. When you take that focus off everyone else that doesn't need it and you put it on yourself, what can happen then? You're no longer trying to be a critic for someone else or trying to give unsolicited advice. You are honed in and focused on what you are doing. Focus on yourself. Number 3, give yourself grace. And all that means is forgive yourself daily. There are going to be days when you mess up. There are going to be days, there are going to be years where everything feels crazy. There might be months where you're just detached and disconnected and things aren't going the way you thought they would go. Those are the moments where you have to give yourself grace and you have to forgive yourself, because the moment you forgive yourself, you're no longer trying to be somewhere you're not, or trying to be someone that you're not. That grace, that forgiveness is going to allow you to own who you are and own where you're at. Like, this year has been so hard for me. If you would have asked me years ago, did I think I'd be right here at 33? No, heck no. But I forgive myself every day. I focus on myself every day. And I remember I don't have to be perfect. I just have to be me. That's all I have to do, is I have to be me. I have to consistently show up and I have to breathe. And that peace helps me to keep going. And also it helps me not to compare myself to others. I know I'm 33. I know I don't have kids. I know I don't own a house. I know I'm not married. I know all these things that the world says I should be. But I own who I am right now. I own myself and all of my mess and all my mistakes and all my shortcomings and all my flaws. I own that. And if I mess up, I forgive myself and I keep going. And that's what you have to do. Forgive yourself. Focus on yourself. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. The greatest gift you can give yourself is to stop comparing yourself to anyone who is not you.